This podcast is intended for educational purposes only. For our full disclosure, visit nc-midwifery.com. Welcome back to another episode of More About Birth, here with our hosts, Shannon Bennett and Angie Hansen.
You bring to the room, Shannon.
You don't want to go first. I know how it is. You just don't want to go first. Oh, hi.
Hello.
We're live.
Hey, we decided that today we're going to share a few of our favorite things. I feel a song coming on.
And it's not brown paper packages tied up with strings.
Careful. We don't have licenses, so that's
just
from the
wanna
Brady
sing.
Bunch, right? No, it's
Yeah,
just
I
kidding.
won't take credit for that.
I'll take
From
credit
my
for that.
favorite all-time movie. Okay, so everywhere you look, you see pregnancy hacks, labor hacks, newborn hacks. We're going to share midwife hacks today.
By the way, you guys look sharp right now today.
Why, thank you.
Thanks.
Looking styling. So
Thank you. We were laughing because we both came out with our hairpin back and our shrugs on and necklace. We're just...
But you're sporting the red truck today.
I love red trucks. Love red trucks.
I know. What is it with you with red trucks and convertibles?
I don't know, but I at Christmas time at Hobby Lobby, they had a red truck as big as this table. And I wanted it so bad. But I'm like, what would I do with it?
I don't know. Like, this is definitely not a true red. This is like kind of a burnt,
Seriously?
like orangey red.
But here's the cool thing.
Cinnamony red.
You snuck it into your podcast about your favorite things.
Oh, it was subconscious.
Yeah, you didn't even know that. And I had to bring it up
I
because
didn't
it's funny.
even know that. It is one of my favorite things.
But we're talking about favorite things that have to do with what?
Yes. So we're going to start with favorite things for pregnancy, then go to favorite things for labor, then favorite things postpartum, and end with favorite things for nursing.
And this is by no means an exhaustive list. This is
Nope.
just
This
a
is
couple
just
of the
our
topsies.
favorites.
Too bad we don't have
Are you in my
B-roll.
way?
Yeah, too bad we don't have B-roll right now of you two, in a red truck. It would be perfect right now. Cut to it. So
That's what
There's
I
got to
can
be
get.
a way to Photoshop that.
I know,
I
no,
should
I'm not
buy
that
a
good.
red truck.
And now if I put you in front of a green screen, I could probably find some footage of a red truck with no one in it.
I have
And
a red Subaru. Does that count?
No. It'd have to
Totally
be-
counts for a midwife.
It has
That's
to be-
like the midwife.
It has to be a red
mobile.
truck without the
Every
front windshield.
Midwife has to drive a Subaru.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to start with something that everybody laughs at. This is called a latch assist.
Why do they laugh?
I don't know. They just think it's funny. Probably when I pull out the fake breast. That's when all the laughing
That's
happens.
when the laughing starts, of course.
That's when the laughing starts. So especially first-time moms or moms who have never nursed a baby before, moms who have flat nipples, this can be a game changer. This looks like a little old-fashioned breast pump that just squeezes down, and you literally, during late pregnancy, so maybe 34 weeks and up, you just take this and squeeze it, center it right over the nipple, and let it go, and it will stick there and just hang by itself. And I tell moms, while you're in the shower, while you're brushing your teeth, while you're doing your morning routine, just wear it for 10 or 15 minutes on each side. What it does is it draws that tissue out. And if you've listened to us at all, you know that we talk about the nipple has to come out far and get clear to the back palate of the baby's mouth in order to elicit the suck reflex. Well, if you have a flat nipple, or if you're really full, like you're engorged, pop this little thing on and it will siphon just enough out to make the nipple soft and stretchy so your baby can get a hold of it. It's the coolest thing ever. And I laugh because back in the day when I was a student, the midwife that I worked with, she'd just take one of those 5 mil syringes and hack the end of it, or the pokey end of it off. Flip the plunger around so the smooth side was against you and stick it on there and just pull. It was
That's
really,
exciting.
No.
really excessive.
Now I know that's why that's one of your favorite things.
This is
if you had that
gentle.
other experience.
This
yeah.
is gentle. But I love it. In fact, your first nursing after you have your baby, if you have flat nipples or it's your first time nursing, we'll have mamas wear this for, 5 minutes before they put baby on. It
Yeah.
could really make a difference.
Yeah.
Super cheap. You can hide it in the diaper bag or anywhere you go.
Yep.
One of my other favorite things, because we tend to side on the natural bent of things, yeast infections, vaginal yeast infections are really common during pregnancy just because of the hormone changes and, your body's running hotter than normal. So this is called Yeast Guard. It is a suppository that is homeopathic. Homeopathics are absolutely positively safe during pregnancy. And it's just something you can pop in at night when you go to bed. And first line of defense, other than diet changes, before you have to go and try, something medicated like Monistat or something like that.
Yep.
So, Angie, tell us your favorite for yeast infections during pregnancy.
Yeah. So along with the homeopathic yeast guard, if that doesn't work, or if you just, favor herbs and vegetables.
If you're granola like Angie.
My absolute favorite hack for yeast infections is a good old fashioned garlic clove.
It works.
It's amazing.
It
So
works.
you just peel it, you pop it in at night for about 3 nights in a row. It is so powerful. It's so natural.
Okay, hold
but
up.
disclaimer.
If you're
Tie a thread, like a sewing thread or dental floss or something, around the clove of garlic before you pop
put
it
it
in at
in.
night. I got a call one day from somebody panicking.
what?
I've put a clove of garlic in to get rid of a yeast infection and I've lost it.
Can we
find
even
it. I
can we
can't
even
get it out.
share this on our podcast?
We have
Yes, we
Permission.
can.
Okay.
Yes, we can. So I said, come on over.
Oh, my land.
Sure enough, it was just sitting right there. But tie a string around it, like sewing thread, dental floss, something before
But
you
it's
put it in there.
powerful, folks. It works. It's
does.
totally natural. It's wonderful. So
Okay, move on. That one's got
Keep
me
that
just
enough of the
that's not
garlic.
your favorite.
No,
Keith?
you know
no,
what, though?
that's not my.
The
Can we talk
minute
about the
you-
truck again?
Yeah.
The minute you put it in your mouth, your mouth. The minute you put it in vaginally, you taste it in your mouth.
Yeah.
It absorbs
It's
that
kinda
quick
strange.
into the mucous membrane.
Okay. Anyway, can we move on, please?
We can move on.
Okay.
Speaking of herbs.
Speaking of herbs. So another one of our absolute favorites, and we've probably mentioned it on other podcasts before, but Mission Valley Herbs does this formula called Easy Birthing. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, it looks great.
But this is a wonderful labor prep. We have people start at about 36, 37 weeks, and it just softens and ripens the cervix. And when you go into labor, we just find that it happens faster and easier and smoother. The cervix dilates faster. It
think
effaces more quickly.
And most moms are at about 5 or more centimeters when they start to get uncomfortable and call us.
And, these are pretty exclusive. We were just talking about you cannot actually look this up and buy it online. You have to order it the old fashioned way. But special hack, you can actually order this through Shannon's website, which is great because she
So-
has it on hand.
nc-midwifery.com. So I have permission from the creator of this herbal combination to sell it online at my website.
Yeah.
So,
And
It's-
you've
it's
had
phenomenal.
You've seen the differences, right? With it?
Oh, yeah.
Big difference.
Yeah. So,
In fact, I have moms that I won't allow to take it because they already have such quick births.
right.
That I'm like, nope.
Right.
You
But I
don't
mean,
get me.
I recommend this to people all the time, like people that aren't even our clients, just
Yeah.
people that I know. I get this and send it out to people all the time.
So when you're in your last week of pregnancy and you're in your red truck, have it in the glove box, right?
Not.
Just sip it
You
like a
know
latte.
what?
Sip it like a
Speaking
latte.
of, you can
Iced
actually
easy birthing herbs.
you can actually take this after baby's born. You continue to take what you have left in the bottle.
Good point.
It helps with your milk supply and it also helps tone your uterus.
Wow.
Yeah, it helps balance your hormones too,
Yep.
which we can all use
great stuff.
postpartum.
So when you're a week after your
stuff.
baby's born in your red truck, make sure you have it in your glove
Ask
box.
for that easy birthing herbs iced latte.
Okay, enough with the red truck. Enough with the red truck.
Okay.
All
All
right,
right.
so for labor, this sounds very simple and silly, if I can get this out of
Ooh,
here.
we got our Mary Poppins box down
Mary
here.
Poppins bag.
Hey, that fits our theme.
Oh, yeah.
You mean
Same
the
actress.
theme?
Our favorite things.
Yeah.
Good old-fashioned hot water bottle. This is
Whoop, whoop.
easily disinfected, can go to the hospital with you, can be used at home.
Can be hot or cold.
Yep, you can put ice in it and water if you want something cold, hot water if you want it hot, and this feels really good on the low back, feels great on the low tummy during labor. It's great postpartum for cramping or for tailbone pain. It's also great when you get those afterbirth chills and you can just snuggle up to it or wrap your feet around it. It's a simple little thing, but honestly, everyone should have a hot water bottle for pregnancy and birth.
Yep.
In fact,
And just for life.
you can put a little bit of warm water in it and lay your baby over it to put a little pressure on their tummy if they have colic. And that can be
that
very
sounds
helpful
nice.
too.
Cool. Good idea.
So I guess I'm doing most of the labor stuff.
Go for it.
This is the best hack ever. This is a TENS unit.
Okay, we're going to Skycam.
Actually, an obstetric TENS. All right, he's telling me I'm not looking in the right camera. This is an obstetric TENS unit. It can clip on your clothing. It can hang around your neck. Boy, is this tangled.
And you demo this in your natural
Yes, my
pain
natural
relief class.
Pain relief class.
to
And these are also
to simulate labor, right?
not
Right.
available
Talk about spaghetti.
online, right?
You used to be able to order them.
These come
the
from the
UK.
UK.
And they come pre-untangled.
Yeah, they do. Nice little packages. But this is so awesome because you turn it on. This little button on the side here, this button is like a turbo boost. So there's little sticky pads that you put on your back.
Angie. So if you're a week after your birth and you're riding in your Ren truck, make sure you have your turbo boost.
I'm going to throw something at him. I might have to throw something
Hey,
at
it's our
him.
favorite
Look at this.
thing.
Favorite thing.
These are the little sticky pads that go on your low back and middle back, and these attach to the little wires. This is a battery-operated gizmo, and it sends a little bit of an electrical stimulation to the surface of your skin. It's totally safe for you and baby. It's made for labor. You can use any TENS unit, actually, but I really like this one because it has this little turbo boost for the height of the contraction. And not only does it relieve pain, it blocks the pain message to the brain. It's kind of a soothing, massaging feel. And just the fact that mama has this in her hand and knows that when she has a contraction, she can boost it and get a little bit of relief.
And I heard they actually
Really
use that
helps.
in like recovery from like muscle strains and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
TENS units have been used in physical therapy for a long time, but this is honestly my favorite birth tool.
Yeah, and we really find that people that put these on in early labor make it a lot farther before they start
yeah.
even feeling very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Awesome.
6-7 centimeters.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they don't even know. Sometimes they're like, oh, yeah, I'm having some contractions.
Yeah, we actually have to be careful because if it's not a first-time mom, a lot of times they'll wait too long to call us and
Yeah.
we have to rush.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
What else do you have in your Mary Poppins
you know
bag?
what? I had
You know, she could pull out like
my Mary Poppins.
didn't she pull out like a
basket.
whole rowboat or something like that? And it's a classic moment of the movies.
Arnica, homeopathic arnica. I've talked about this many different times also. This is like one of the duct tape and WD-40s of the birth world.
Yeah.
So arnica is for trauma and swelling, bruising. So if you're just feeling really sore in labor, your cervix is swelling, you're achy afterwards, your baby comes out with some facial bruising or with a little swollen spot on the top of his head, this is absolutely safe for mom and baby. Can make a huge difference for headaches during pregnancy. So everyone should have homeopathic arnica on their shelf. When you're done with it, it's great for when the kids fall and hit their head on things. It'll keep them from bruising and swelling.
We routinely give it to people when we remember during their pushing stage
Right.
just to prevent
It can
bleeding,
also prevent
tears,
bleeding. Yeah.
swollen cervix. So
Yep.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Don't-
And we have a podcast. Ginger talked about how those go together and the potency and all that stuff.
Yes,
so if anybody
we have
wants to,
podcasts on homeopathic remedies.
because that was
for-
fascinating to me to know that it's like cut so many times, but it still is effective.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating. So if you don't know anything about that, check out that podcast. I'll put a link here right now in the podcast.
It's actually a
Yeah.
crazy thing. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It does. I think if you listen to that podcast, it kind of, for me, it started making sense.
And
So
you know, my theory always is if something works, it works. Whether it was in your head or it really worked, it still works. So we're good.
like a small rudder turns a big boat. It doesn't make sense, but it does. It works. So
That doesn't make sense.
yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Angie.
So one of my favorite things, along with homeopathics, and you can't use them at the same time, but is essential oils,
Why can't you use them at the same time?
because the strong odor of the essential oil will nullify the homeopathic. So you can, like we said, hear all about how to use them on the homeopathic podcast. But this one is peppermint oil. I've used this in my last 2 labors. I love it. It's my favorite for nausea. I just find that it's the strongest. It works the best. It's so refreshing when you don't feel good.
Do you put it on your hands and sniff? Do you put it on a rag? What do you do?
All of the above. So sometimes I'll just open the bottle and hold it under the mama's nose and let her inhale it. If she loves it and can't get enough of it, we'll just like stick some right on the end of her nose or on her own skin so she can just keep inhaling it. And it works
You
wonderful.
can put it on, like, if you have a cold washcloth, right? You can put it on that. You can actually, they have those little, like, people that do,
Diffuser.
diffusers. It's fascinating because
Yep.
I love that.
You know what else
Lavender.
that works for?
Yeah.
My favorite.
It works really well, believe it or not, to
Yeah.
help mom empty her bladder after the birth. If
Yep.
she's not able to pee,
Yeah.
sniffing peppermint will help you release your bladder.
Wow. Running water and peppermint will do the trick, huh?
It's so true.
Peppermint in a waterfall.
Yep.
Do you want to talk about Comfrey Tea, or would you like me to?
Sure. Go for it.
Can you move your mic over a little bit, babe? It's blocking your face.
That way, this way?
That way. There you go.
All right.
I want to see your lovely face.
So everyone raves about the Comfrey Tea. I know this looks like something scary, but this is organic, cut and sifted, I can't talk, comfrey leaf tea. You can order it online in big bags or sometimes smaller bags. We put it in our birth kits. You take this entire bag, which is about probably 2 packed cups, and put it in a gallon of hard boiling water. Stir it up. Just let it sit until it cools, and then you strain it through like cheesecloth. Keep it in the fridge. It makes a very viscous or very thick, slippery tea that's very, very healing.
Did you just use a word? Viscous?
Shannon's
I
word of the
used-
day.
Wow. Shannon threw out a word. That's the first time I think that I've all of a sudden went
It's
viscous.
because I'm not as smart as
And I
Angie.
looked over to
come
Angie
on.
and went, wait, that came out of my wife's mouth. So what does viscous mean?
Very thick and
Oh,
Slippery.
it's thick
Wow.
and slippery.
okay.
Viscous tea.
Maybe I'm the only one that didn't know that, but I'm impressed.
Woo.
So this tea is amazing. Moms rave over it. You put it in your peri bottle, the little bottle that you can squirt your bottom off with after birth, especially if you've had stitches or some little rug burn type spots. You rinse off with it and then pat dry, and it's very soothing and healing. Some moms like it ice cold, which is great right out of the fridge. You can put a little container in the bathroom. You don't have to run to the fridge every time you need to fill
You
up your
can
peri
use it
bottle.
cold. You can use it warm.
Yeah, add
Cut
some
it
hot
with
water.
some warm water. And yeah, you can even spray this on your pads and make what they call the padsicles.
You know, I've even
Or
had moms put it on
your
breast
breast
pads.
pads, yep.
Yeah, for sore nipples.
Stick them in the
Yeah.
freezer.
Good,
Very healing.
stuff.
Yep.
I have another form of arnica that is kind of, this one definitely is the WD-40 and duct tape of pregnancy, labor, birth, children, everything. You can put this tea relief on hemorrhoids during pregnancy or after birth. It's great for low back pain. I have moms use it for carpal tunnel pain. What else do we use it for?
Headaches. You can rub it on
On
any
your
spots
temples,
that are
on your
painful.
neck.
So you could use that like if you
Round
had a
ligament
sprain or
pain.
something like that too?
Oh yeah,
It's
athletic
just-
injuries
Anything that hurts, anything,
or anything that's swollen.
yes.
Like you've told the story about the kid that runs into the corner and like something is literally swelling before your eyes.
It's just like coming out like a goose egg. You put this on and it just literally shrinks.
Starts shrinking.
It's a homeopathic. It's in like a cream form.
Easy to use.
And it's pain relieving also.
Yeah.
It's
Now, is that available over the counter or does it have to be ordered or?
You can order this. I believe there's a link on the website for Amazon.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. You know you want to show this one.
Mommy pull-ups.
The best thing ever. So years ago, I was like, do you guys remember, any of you old enough to remember those old mesh panties that didn't even come up to your waist?
It depends on how old you are.
Yuck, 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 yuck.
It depends. Depends. I had a guy at a birth. He goes, I knew you'd wear Depends before I did.
That's classic. That's a
snap.
classic guy line.
But these are great because it's tight and it kind of holds your tummy in. You don't have to worry about washing out underwear that you've leaked on. We actually put a big pad inside of them. So these become like disposable underwear.
Yeah.
And then like pull-ups, you can just rip the sides down to take them off instead of pulling them down and making a mess. Because we all know, at least those of us who had babies years ago, that those long, thin pads they give you at the hospital with the mesh undies are terrible. They leak, things go up the back, things go up the front. So best hack ever. Buy yourself
Plus-
a box of Depends.
You know, once everything's all said and done after the birth and you're all, you know, we fix you up nice and we're getting you tucked into bed. Once you put those mommy pull-ups on, you are like officially initiated.
Yep.
And
yep,
you know it too.
Yep.
I tell people, I'm like, it's official.
Officially
It's a birth.
a
It's a birth.
mom.
Officially a mom.
So Angie has a couple things in here.
Okay.
Surprise, surprise.
Hey, we can't get through a podcast without some lilies. So
Chocolate.
chocolate.
Okay. We've
It's
never, have I ever
essential
asked you
postpartum.
why is Lily such one of your favorite all-time things?
We said because it's
Sugar-free.
sugar free and it's not artificial sugar. It's erythritol and stevia sweetened, and
Okay.
it's just the bestest.
So you like it
It's
from a health
creamy.
perspective and you just
Yeah.
love chocolate.
Plus, it tastes good. It's not like one of those sugar free ones that's like not satisfying. Like they're pretty great. And when I had my first baby, some of my cohorts that were around me were trying to be really careful about their postpartum diet, you know, for like nursing's sake. And one of the things they were avoiding was like caffeine and chocolate. And chocolate was one of my
wow.
favorites. So I was like, oh man.
There's no way I'm
I
going to do
remember
that.
the next day after the birth at my 24-hour home visit, the midwife comes in and my mom was like, so we heard that she can't have chocolate while she's nursing. And my midwife is like, oh, and she goes over and rummages through a bag and slaps some chocolate on the table. And she's like, you got to have your chocolate. You have that. I was like, yeah.
I think that's why Shannon likes you so much
So
because
it's
she
like-
is a
Hey, it's not postpartum until you've had your
Till you
chocolate.
had your chocolate. One of our midwife friends even carries dark chocolate in her birth bag.
Yes.
And she gives it to you immediately after the birth because she swears it reduces bleeding.
Yep.
wow. Interesting.
So
I might have to
eat
adopt
your
that
chocolate.
one. Yes.
Eat your chocolate. Oh, and this is going to be just an absolute favorite of
Okay.
everybody.
This, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see these.
Okay, I'm going to go to the Sky Cam here.
Okay.
Let's see. Are we still on the Sky Cam? Do we still have Sky Cam?
These are so stiff
Okay.
and thick up here.
These are absolute postpartum hack, all-time favorite, okay? These you get at pregoleggings.com. These are called snapback postpartum leggings, and they are the best ever. They're super comfy and stretchy, but they have this band up here that is like tighter than
It's like tighter than a
pregnancy
belly band.
And this holds everything and helps you get your tummy back, but if you don't ever get your tummy back, you can just keep wearing these.
And nobody knows.
And nobody knows, but they are incredible. I cannot recommend these more highly. They're just a lifesaver. So go get you some postpartum pants, leggings. They go with everything. They're the best.
And
End of
off
story.
we go. I didn't put this one on our list. I have found a blend called Mother Love More Milk. that I like better than any of the other nursing herbs that I've found to increase milk supply.
Okay, why?
So make sure,
'Cause it
this
works.
one has goat rue in it, and I feel like that one's really efficient. And I had a mom who was unable to nurse her first 3 or 4 children to produce enough milk that got on this and was actually able to nurse her next baby.
Wow.
That's
So
awesome.
that's
That's
sold me.
wonderful. Yeah.
She said it has to be the More Milk Special Blend, and you can get this on Amazon also or on a link from our webpage. So definitely have some of this on hand. It sure can't hurt to take it, even if you feel like you have a good milk supply. Let's make it even better.
Woo.
And I know this is going to sound biased, but I really learned a lot in the breastfeeding podcast that you guys did. The benefits of it.
I'm glad that you
No, in all
learned the benefits
seriousness.
of breastfeeding.
Keith
So-
really does need to go back and do this again.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying because from my perspective, I get to sit here and be the voice in the background of your podcast, and then all of a sudden there'll be a podcast that, I'm not that excited maybe about the title or it's just not a guy thing.
But he learned something.
I didn't realize how much health there is and how much immune support and all that stuff in breastfeeding. And I think for that, I just thought for that mom, I wonder if that kid was healthier than the other kids because of all of
bet.
the things that took place. So if they haven't seen that podcast,
Sure can be.
it sounds like a commercial, but I learned a lot. Maybe there's another guy or gal out there
He's
that
all
wants
up
to
on
learn
his
more.
breastfeeding
Yep, I am.
stats. Oh, well, when it comes to breastfeeding, this guy is the best ever. This is Dr. Jack Newman. You can't get a hold of these videos very well anymore. I don't know if they're even making them. It's called Dr. Jack Newman's Visual Guide to Breastfeeding. In fact, I had a really hard time finding this one, and I only own 2 copies because of that. But the cool thing is he has videos all over YouTube. In fact, I believe there is one video link on YouTube that's called Dr. Jack Newman's Visual Guide to Breastfeeding that is the entire CD.
Yeah, if you type in like full video,
Right.
you'll be able to find it.
Or if you're having trouble with any breastfeeding issues at all, then I would just go to YouTube and put Dr. Jack Newman and whatever the issue is you're having trouble with, and something will come up. It's amazing. This is an older guy that's been coaching moms in breastfeeding for years and years and years, and I love his stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
on behalf of Jack, thank you for promoting him.
Well, honestly, it's so helpful that I successfully nursed all 3 of my kids, but I watched this video
And you
each
still
time
learn
and you
something.
still learn
Yeah.
something from it. It is just so practical, so hands-on. In fact, especially for new moms or first-time nursing moms, I recommend watching it once prenatally and then once soon after your baby comes so that you can follow along with your baby and try some of these things out. It can be a real game changer.
And on that note, something that I've been doing at births recently, and I don't even remember who reminded me about this, but would you be so kind as to hold my breast up for me, please?
Why, certainly.
So a lot of moms will have, when their breasts especially are heavy with milk, they'll point down. And sometimes it's hard because you get your baby in front of the breast and you can't get them at the right angle to be centered. So we've been having moms roll up a burp cloth or a thin blanket and just lift the breast and tuck under it. So then the breast is supported and it's pointing straight out so that you can center your baby easily without it pulling out of their mouth. And it can really make a huge difference in latch.
Yep.
So that's a great hack also.
Nursing hack.
It's a bonus hack.
You want to talk about your favorite nipple cream?
Yeah. So again, for Dr. Jack Newman, if you're having any kind of cracked nipples, especially that is leading to an infection or you're getting systemic yeast infection type thing going on, Jack Newman does a medicated nipple ointment, and we have a recipe for that.
Yeah,
and
you
we
can
make
even
it.
go like on Pinterest or online and put in homemade version of Dr. Jack Newman's nipple cream.
Yeah.
And it's specific ingredients from the pharmacy or
Yeah.
Walmart or wherever.
But so that's one if you're having any severe issues. But just for normal nipple soreness, a little bit of cracking, but you're not having any kind of infection going on. My favorite is one called boobies, which
Like BOOB.
is a nice play on words.
EAZE.
EASE. Yeah. So it's like ease, but boobies. And it's totally all natural. I love it because it's not super goopy. It's thin, but it works really well. And
you have to wash it off?
You do not have to wash it off, which was my favorite thing after using some of the older school ones that are lanolin based. This is, you don't have to wash it off. It's safe for baby, totally organic ingredients. And this one you can get online. You can get on Amazon. I think you can even get it at Target now. So look up boobies, easy to find. It's amazing.
Okay. And I know, about 2 years ago, I discovered the Haka, which is just like a silicone breast pump, easy to pack, easy to store, easy to wash. You can even use it while you're nursing, and I will show you how to do that. But it's become very popular since I discovered it a few years ago. And I recommend this to every mom because like that little latch assist, you can siphon just enough milk off of an engorged breast to soften up the nipple enough for baby to get a hold of it. So there's different versions. Some have a big flat bottom so it doesn't tip over. Some have a little ball plug that go in here so you can put it straight in the fridge. And a lot of people have these, but I don't think they really know how to use them properly. Mm-hmm. They're like, do I put it on and pump it? Nope, that's not how it works either. So you're just going to roll it down all around. I think it'll stay down. See how I've rolled it? And center it on the breast. And then pop it open. And it's just going to suction on there. It's going to stay all by itself. So you can be nursing on one side, and this is just stuck there hanging on the other. And there's just enough of a suction that it's going to draw milk out and fill this. So if you've got a baby that's not gaining well and you need to kind of top them off after the nursing with your own milk, nurse them on one side, catch it on the other with this. Or if you're trying to stock milk for when you have to go back to work, if you wear this on whatever side you're not nursing on, before you know it, you'll have a lot of milk without any effort
even pumping
at all.
Yeah.
Without any effort at all. I have moms that'll get 2 ounces every time they put it on.
Amazing.
Sometimes even more.
Yeah.
So remember, though, everything you take out, your body thinks it needs to make that much, so it will keep producing that much. So watch out for that. But this is an incredible hack.
Yeah.
Everybody
So
needs one
don't
of those.
overdo it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, don't overdo it.
Yeah.
I won't say it.
Nice catch.
Anything else you can think of?
You're just full of those puns
I know.
today, aren't you?
No,
You
he's
think
like-
you're so clever.
Thinks he's so funny.
It's the red truck. It brought it out of me.
My word, the red truck.
Yeah.
So
It is one of my favorite
these
things.
are a few of our favorite things.
So we hope that you'll try some of our favorite things, and maybe they'll be your favorites too.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
See you later.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that episode of More About Birth. We'd invite you to subscribe on our YouTube channel. You can find us at More About Birth, Shannon Bennett on YouTube, as well as visit our nc-midwifery.com podcast page for all the audio versions. Until next time. This podcast is intended for educational purposes only. For our full disclosure, visit us at nc-midwifery.com and our podcast page.